the strain and how this came to be?
Well, the strain actually started about 30-something years ago when I was a kid. I started keeping detailed notes of vampire biology and myth. I've been a very strange kid all my life, and I wrote, I kept notes of the different vampires, the Strigoi, the Penangalang, the Aswan, the Greek vampires, Mexican vampires, every sort, every country has a special slant on vampiric lore. But one that stayed with me, there were two. One is the Aswan, which has a long tongue that it projects to drain its victims. And the other one was the Strigoi, an Eastern European vampire that has a stinger under the tongue. And one of the key pieces of lore is that the vampire goes back, the undead corpse goes back to the family, so destroys those that it loves. So it's extremely creepy, extremely unsettling that you are seeing your loved ones follow a beacon of love to destroy you. It's like the worst flattery you can ever expect from someone. And that genesis stayed with me. Some of my curiosity extended to the biology. What organs would change first? Would you get a new circulatory system? Would you use the old one? The lungs would dry, you wouldn't need to breathe anymore. You wouldn't need red cells. Your basal temperature would go up, blah, blah, blah. All these things over 30 years I figured out, and some of them made it to my first teacher, Kronos. Some of them made it to Blade 2 when I did it, but most of them made it to the strain. So it's a very perverse, fun, dark, brutal, summer gazpacho, delight on blood.
And were you surprised by how far you were able to go with it? Because people think TV, okay, even though it's cable, you're not going to be able to push as many boundaries, but you really kind of do.
Well, I wanted to show a scene right on the pilot that made it very, very clear. Two scenes that were key in the pilot for me. One that shows you that we know ultimately that you need humor to make things like this work. I said a massacre to Sweet Caroline, Neil Diamond, And the other thing that was important for me was when we show the first draining, that you don't have a romantic, brooding young guy with little fangs and a six-pack. But you have a thing that basically drinks a human milk carton and then smashes that carton like you would smash an aluminum can. That was the idea. That if I could show how they dispose of their drink, it would be very clear to you that these guys were not going to take you out on a motorcycle ride by the moonlight. They are the other vampires.
It's kind of like a beer can at a frat party. When you're done chugging the beer, you smash it on your head.
Believe it or not, I wanted that analogy. A, because it's graphic. B, because it's fun. In a very twisted, perverse way. What do you do with a juice carton? That's what they do.
But you got my hopes up really high a couple years ago in Hall H at Comic-Con. Where's my Haunted Mansion movie?
We've been rewriting the screenplay for 3 years, and we want to have the perfect script. We don't have it yet, but we are developing. We have hired 2 different teams of writers and myself for 3 times, and